Hi, in this tutorial I'll show you how to create a procedural snow shader for objects, just like this. So stick around until the end. First, I should mention that you can use this tutorial in any version of Unity and with any type of project. I'll work with these three objects. Let's create an HDRP shader graph. Alright, we have a lot of fun tasks ahead. The first step is to create the base structure of the shader. I'll start by defining the textures. I need to define a texture 2D property for the diffuse or albedo. Drag it into the shader environment, then connect its input to a sample texture 2D node. Alright, now let's connect it to the base color. Next, I need to define a texture for the normal map. I need to change the type of this texture to normal. And the last texture I need is the roughness. Next, connect it to the smoothness. Let's save it and apply the shader. In the project section I have 3 materials for each object. Let's change their shader. And then let's drag the textures to their respective fields. Great, it's working. Let's change the other materials now. I don't have a roughness texture for the wheel, so I need to use a random roughness. And finally, for the spheres material, I'll use the rock textures. Right, let's create the snow. The concept is to add snow on the top of the object, specifically on the top vertices. So when I rotate the object, the snow will stay on top. The snow will not be static. So I need to add some calculation nodes. Press space and add a normal vector node. Let's change the space to object. It will give me the object normals. Then I need to convert this space to world direction using the transform node. The input should be object and the output should be world. Also change the position to direction. Now I have access to the directions of the object. Next I need to access the Y direction. This direction, I mean. I need a split node, but it gives me RGB. In this case, G represents the Y direction. The split node receives an RGB or XYZ input and it splits them, allowing me to use each axis separately. In the next step, I need to calculate the dot product. This will control the direction. For the second input, I need to declare a property to easily change it. Float property works perfectly for this. This property changes how much snow covers the object. The top parts of the object have a value of 1, which means they are fully white. Using the lerp node, I can make top parts snowy and the bottom parts use diffuse texture. Connect the dot product to T, as T is the condition. Next, connect the diffuse to A. Now the bottom parts where the direction gives a 0 value will receive the diffuse texture. For B, which represents the snowy parts, a value 1 works well as it gives white. However, you can also use a texture or a color node. The value 1 works well. Okay, let's test. Increase the value. I have two problems. One is the direction not being at the top and the other is the diffuse texture. The diffuse textures appear to be burned. To fix it, I need a clamp node. This is because the dot product gives values higher than 1, which is incorrect. Clamp will limit the values between 0 and 1. It's fixed. Now let's fix the direction. Oh, I made a mistake. I accidentally connected the wrong output. Now it's working fine. Let's do the same for other objects. When I rotate the wheel, you'll see the snow moves to the top. The next step is to add some noise to the edges of snow. It's too smooth and not realistic. Noise edges will make it more realistic. First, we need a noise texture node. For the scale value, I need to declare a property. I need to set its default value to 500. I need to do some calculations, but first let's multiply this noise with the snow area. By using multiply, the noise will be applied to the snow areas, but the result isn't good. It has a problem. The noise is applied to the entire surface, not just the rim of the snow. Also, the noise is too smooth. I need to sharpen it more. By adjusting the attributes, I can improve the result, but it's still not perfect. So what should we do? I need to separate the snow rim from the top and bottom and apply the noise only to that area. I need a comparison node to compare two values. The multiplier result is the first value. It will be compared with a number, for example 0.2. If it's bigger, then the pixel is the top part, not the middle or snow rim. I can declare a property to connect to the second value. The rim of the snow always has a lower value, like 0.1, for example, making it easy to identify those areas. Next, I need a branch node, which acts as an if condition to check the comparison result. If the snow area is bigger than the rim value, then true will be triggered. For true, I set it to 1. You can connect the multiplier result instead, but this works for me. And I set 0 for false, meaning don't apply snow on that point. Note that I applied this logic after applying the noise. Let's adjust attributes. This is beautiful. By adjusting and testing many values, we can finally achieve the best result. There is still a lot of work to do, like adjusting roughness, adding normals to the snow areas, and using tessellation to add volume to the snow. I'll explain all of these in the next tutorial, which is part 2 of this video. For now, let's apply the noise to all these objects. You can easily remove the snow with just a number when your environment isn't snowy. And the snow will always remain on the top. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And feel free to share your questions and ideas in the comments.